$1,000 bills today. Let your problems dissipate, 'cause I'm chill out. Let those worries leave your mind, or let chill out. Just unwind and have a good time.
What up, what up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy T.
It is your man.
And you're on the ride up. He put a little spice to it today. It's your man B. And of course, we got our guy, you know what I'm saying, our day one, holding it down. Brother Real, what up, boy?
What up, what up, what up?
You forgetting our guest host too, man. We got little Kylo in the building.
What's up, G? Sprinkle a little bit on it.
Hey, you asleep too, brother. Anyway, episode 16, man. Let's salute to Bird's Eye View real quick. That episode, her latest episode was on fraternities and sororities, and I thought it was super dope. I want people to check it out if they, you know what I mean, don't know a lot about sororities or fraternities, which I didn't. It was a cool look in.
Yeah.
What else? Shoot, man. Oh, yeah. Shout out to our 500 listens, bro.
Hey, now.
We small, but we working, and it's last couple of weeks have been really big for us. And we just like to thank everybody that's supporting, from everybody in Oregon, to Illinois, and New Jersey, Maryland, of course. Everybody in Maryland, our families, everybody's listening over here, DC, Virginia, out France, out Germany, wherever, Florida, Texas, California, Pennsylvania, of course, Philly, what up? And wherever else you listening to that's not getting logged into these numbers.
We definitely catching our stride, man.
Yeah, we working, we going. This is four episodes back to back. We've done enough recording for a couple weeks to split into two. That's why you get in the bonuses. We just recorded our special Kobe Bryant episode that will drop before you hear this.
Yeah.
Because we want to just salute that man as soon as possible and just get that out into the atmosphere.
Atmosphere.
Yeah. So first things first, really Rails. How'd you do in your championship round predictions, brother?
Yeah, I did pretty bad.
Yeah, me too.
Did pretty bad.
I did halfway. I was 1 for 2. I was 1 for 2. All right, my bad. I think you was 0 for 2. Okay, what you think? What you thought about the championship rounds, T?
Let's first talk about the Kansas City Chiefs game.
Okay.
It was as I predicted it would be.
It was.
It was the game was spot on the way I expected it to be.
It was.
And
I can't.
And I was like, okay. And I was feeling high. And I had my money in my pocket. I was just waiting for, I'm like, bet. My man about to cash at me that 40. You know what I'm saying? He about to cash at me that 40. I'm like, I saw this game playing out the way it was gonna play. They got way too many weapons, and it was lined up for them. Versus, the Titans, who, they had Derrick Henry, but where's the rest of the weapons? Where's the rest of the offense gonna come from to compete with this team? So I'm thinking, yeah, I'm on 100 right now. Let's go ahead and slide on over to this night game, baby. Get excited. I'm like, yeah, I got my Aaron Rodgers on me. You know what I'm saying? I'm doing my thing. Like, yeah, you see it. You know who I'm rocking with. And man, San Francisco beat the brakes off them boys.
As I predicted.
Beat the brakes. It was a repeat of the first game.
So exactly how T broke down the Tennessee Titans, I think I broke down the 49ers, Green Bay Packers.
You did.
Kyle Shanahan out-coached Matt LaFleur, and they ran roughshod.
So you know what? Let's dial back. Let's dial back. So the 49ers smoked the Packers, right? That I give you. But nobody said that they were going to win the way that they won.
Nobody thought that.
Nobody thought they was going to have 200 yards rushing.
Yeah, not in 6 passes through like most of them.
Because the thing about it is the reason why I thought they would lose is because of Garoppolo. The San Francisco 49ers did not win because of Garoppolo. I mean, the Packers have been a way better tackling team all year long. How in the hell am I going to predict that they give up 200 yards? How many games did the Packers even give up 100 yards rushing to one running back all year long?
I could say that was the best zone running performance I've seen since Denver with Terrell Davis.
So here's the thing, and this is the thing about it is because if you are familiar with him
and who?
Mostert.
Okay. I'm not familiar. I just thought he was amazing last night or Sunday night.
If you go back and watch him play in college, he was a return man. So if you give him, if you give him gaps to go through, he can navigate, right?
Mm-hmm.
The Packers played against him already.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do what he did that game. Right. And I do think, you know what I think it was? I think they were focused too much on stopping Kittle that their linebackers were out of position too often to stymie a lot of those runs. And once he's fast, so once he gets, second level, it's hard to put hands on him.
Yeah,
and I think that was what it was. I mean, because like I said, I'm not saying Garoppolo isn't a good quarterback.
So side note this. My bad. Go ahead.
Go ahead. What's this?
No, I was just trying to think of a good comparison for Mostert. Is he the next coming up Terrell Davis, or is he Alandis Gary?
No.
I'm talking as far as consistency. Not.
You know what? It depends, because it depends on what the 49ers do. Because you got to remember, he's not even the number one running back. Right. I mean, he has to be now. Yeah, definitely. But they had like 3-4 running backs that were like, he was like the 4th string running back.
Yes.
So
it's the practice squad.
Right. So it's like, I don't know where he stands as far as San Fran, but what his contract looks like, because I guarantee you this, if San Fran isn't giving him the starting job starting next year,
somebody will.
Somebody going to knock on his door.
Is anybody else doing the zone running scheme that's doing it at a high level? Houston, maybe? Is Houston still doing it? Because Gary Kubiak's going.
They just don't have the weapons like that. But you got to think about it. Cal has experience with Tevin Coleman.
Yes, that's true too.
Because he had Tevin and Devontae in Atlanta, and that's what it started looking like. It's like, man, he pretty much made them look like the Falcons when the Falcons wanted to run the ball, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man,
that was amazing. Like the way they was running the ball, it looked like I can't compare it to anything else other than the Broncos with Clinton Portis, with Terrell Davis.
That's a good comparison.
With you know what I mean? It was wow. It was something.
It wasn't wild. It hurt my feelings, man.
Yes, I'm sorry for you. I love the Packers organization. I don't root for more than the Redskins, but if I did have a second team, it would be the Packers. And I did want them to win because I'm a big Aaron Rodgers fan as well. But I just knew it. I just knew that Kyle Shanahan just had that edge. He has that leg up on Matt LaFleur. Hopefully, they come back and get one for Aaron Rodgers. But
who won the Super Bowl?
You don't
want to Super Bowl, right?
You don't want to listen to emotional.
Oh my goodness!
Not even. Listen, if we had this conversation that Monday, then yeah, maybe. Now it's like I'm over it, right? I'm like, let's go to the. We had to deal because we know who watches the Pro Bowl. Right. Nobody watches the Pro Bowl. Because they don't do a good job of. They don't even promote it. They don't do a good job promoting the Pro Bowl. They don't make the Pro Bowl. Like I think.
I don't even want my favorite players to play in the Pro Bowl.
I do.
I don't.
I
get hurt in the Pro Bowl.
I don't like the Pro Bowl being the game.
I'm going to Roger Goodell's office, and we gonna have some words. My guy, one of my guys, get hurt in the Pro Bowl.
So here's the thing: I don't like the Super Bowl being a week. You know what I'm saying? 2 weeks after the championship game. I don't like that.
I don't either.
I want the Super Bowl to be the next week.
They tried that though, and I guess nobody liked it. Like the teams didn't like it or something because they tried it. Maybe my shoes probably been way longer than I think it's been, but I know they did recently.
I feel like you had the championship round. Then there was a week where nobody planned anything. Then it's the Super Bowl, and then it's the Pro Bowl. And so the Pro Bowl took a hit because after you get to the Super Bowl, you exhausted.
When should they play the Pro Bowl?
They should play the Pro Bowl after the Super Bowl.
Okay. Should it be right the week after?
It should be after the Super Bowl. It should be 2 weeks after the Super Bowl.
2 weeks after.
Yeah. It should be
what if it's in March?
But I don't want there to be a bye week. I mean, I don't want there to be a bye week after the championship. Okay. Because what happens is, what are you doing it for? To like, listen, you should be gearing up for potential Super Bowl runs as an organization. Why do you need a whole week? What do you need a week for? It's not like you need to get. You can already have you already know the venue, so you know where you're playing at. So it's not like you gotta wait to see who wins to see whose home you're playing in, right?
I think it's just at this point it's tradition because
it ain't no damn tradition. It's money. They're trying to build up. My thing is, you don't like. I don't think you need it. You don't need it.
Of course, it's the NFL. Of course,
it's like I feel like college football takes the laws with the championship game being so far apart because what happens is you get a team that's hot and you cool them off.
Mm-hmm.
I want that team smoking hot.
That's true.
If the Rams had played the Patriots the next week, they would have won that Super Bowl.
I think football is more about.
I'm not a strong believer in Jared Goff. Just want to throw that out there.
It wasn't about Jared Goff though. It was about their running game and their defense. Run. I mean, that's what they tell you win championships, right?
Yeah.
Run defense, and the Rams had both of them.
I'm still not believing in Jared Goff. Never was.
Super Bowl.
I in my opinion, I don't know. I don't think it's a big deal whether they have a bye week or not, and I don't care about the Pro Bowl because if my man gets hurt,
how often does that happen? Like people say that, and that's not just
because they don't play hard. Because
they don't
actually, if you actually wanted people to watch, they'd have to play hard. So you'd have to incentivize the defense.
No. Listen, let me. When I say I want people to watch, I would never expect the Pro Bowl to have the same viewership as a Super Bowl, but it can be better.
Yeah,
you can incentivize the Pro Bowl just like I'm sure they do now. Like number one, it needs to stay in Hawaii. It needs to stay in Hawaii. If I'm being awarded for my good season, you need to give me a trip to Hawaii. Yeah, I'm coming to Hawaii.
I agree.
Right? Warm weather. It's amazing.
Just like the draft should stay in New York. I don't know why
they're going to Vegas next year, and I think we should try that out. Let's try that out. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
I'd rather go to Summer League.
I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why I like it going to Vegas at least one time. It's in New York, and you know who gets the most spotlight? The fans of the Giants and the Jets.
Yeah.
Nobody give a damn about them. No, I'm serious. Like, no. What I'm saying, listen, I'm not trying to disrespect Giants or their fans, Jets or their fans, but as far as objectiveness is concerned, why should I be caring or seeing on TV how Jets and Giants fans react to whoever they draft versus everybody else?
Okay.
Because they're in their home. You know what I'm saying? They got a home game today.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Right? Whereas everybody else, you got to see, you know what I'm saying?
I'm just saying, like, okay, so, I mean, I'm not saying that Vegas is not a bad spot to have the draft. They're doing a lot by running them on boats and getting all that other wild stuff. But I'm kind of done with them making the draft what it is. Like, I remember sitting down watching Sean Taylor get drafted like at 12 o'clock in the afternoon, and we're eating in Delaware somewhere. We're just chilling.
Okay.
I don't want to have to watch one day, then watch another day, then watch another day. Especially the second day when it's like they just way too much, man. They've made it into something I don't.
It's
really
what 3
care
days
about.
now. They broke it out to 3 days
They've
now, right?
broken it down
It's
to
like the
3
first
days.
and second round.
Yeah.
And then the third and fourth, and then
It's the first round, first day, second and third, the second day, and then the rest of the third day.
okay.
And it's just a lot, man. And I don't care. Like I just want to see what my team does. I don't need it to be broken down over 3 days. Like they really have turned this thing into. And I get it, but at the same time, it's no, man.
Yeah.
I just want to know where my team stands.
I'm cool with 2 days.
2 days. That's
I'm
regular.
cool with 2 days. The first 3 rounds on the first day. You know what I'm saying 4, 5, 6,
but
and
they
7.
put it so late. Now it's prime time. First round is prime time. It's like 8:00. So it's kind of like now you got to only do 1 round.
Right.
It's trash to me. It's trash to me. It was at 12:00 in the afternoon. I remember this. It was eating
Do you
lunch.
think 15 minutes is necessary?
No, it's not. That's the other thing. They take.
Why do
way
you
too
need
long.
15 minutes to pick your player?
They don't. It's crazy.
I'm like, who came up with the number of 15? Like, how do you decide you need?
That was back when they had fax machines,
Like,
even before.
Like, there's no reason to use 15 minutes to pick a player.
That's ridiculous. I think we didn't even get to our Super Bowl picks. We just went to a rant.
Okay.
Pro Bowl.
So who you picking then?
Real, who you picking, bro? you just laughing over there.
I'm sorry, because T's wild, man.
Yeah. What you got, bro?
Who am I picking? It's a hard one, man. It's definitely a hard one.
Not that hard. It's 49ers. No. And
all right. I think I gotta go with Kansas City Chiefs because after I've seen what they did to the Titans, it brought me back to reality. They don't have nobody has an answer for them guys. It's impossible. I'm going with the Chiefs.
What you got, T? I think I'm.
Of course.
No, wait.
Okay.
Let me go.
Go ahead.
Then you go in the hot take city.
Oh, okay.
I think that I think first of all, my fan pick would be Kansas City.
Okay.
Because I need Kansas City to win their 1 Super Bowl, and I don't want the 49ers to get 6. So
Redskins are not catching them.
I don't care what they catch them. I just don't want anybody else to have 6. There's too many teams with 6 already. So I'm good with KC. But my hot take is I'm going to take Jake's zone is the only person that can beat the Kansas City Chiefs is Andy Reid. So with that
You
said,
back on this whole bash Andy Reid campaign, huh?
I'm going to bash him as much as possible. But with all that being said, KC wins. What you got, bro?
Of course, I respect the 49ers. Of course, I think the 49ers has had the best, like team-wise, I think they've had the best season. It took them losing to Baltimore for them to get, you know what I'm saying, knocked off my power ranking number 1, and they went to number 2, and they lost a game or 2, but they were still right there up until them saying, no, we are who we are, the way they dismantled the Packers. With that being said, of course I'm taking the Chiefs. For the same reason I took the Chiefs against the Titans.
Yeah.
Because I just don't like, well, let me say this. Clearly San Francisco's defense is top of the line.
Yeah.
They can get after you. They can make it a long day for you.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Travis Kelce,
Mm-hmm.
the problem child.
Mm-hmm.
I think his presence on the field just makes it hard for your defense to get what they want to do. And I think when it comes down to it, he's going to be the you know what I'm saying, the X factor. Kittle has the potential to do it if their wide receivers show up. Right? Kittle is going to keep possessions going as long as, Kyle Shanahan can rig plays to where he can get pass interferences before they happen.
Kyle Shanahan has been an expert at getting pick plays not called.
That was crazy. Let's just to slide back a little bit. When that play happened and Kittle got that defensive pass interference call.
He called it out before it even happened.
I mean, I didn't. I mean, clearly we weren't privy to that at the time.
Right.
But when you saw it, it's like, he looks like he deliberately ran into the defender, and for the ref to just call, like, what are you doing? That's a play where you just let the flag. Don't hold on to your flag because you're not gonna call it offensive.
Right.
Just don't call it defensive and let the play be.
Right.
I mean, the 49ers were probably still going to win that game, but you pretty much took all the win out of the Packers at that point.
Right.
So I don't think they get a chance to put the nail in the coffin against the Chiefs in that fashion. Now, what the 49ers did was they knew they couldn't stop Devontae Adams. They knew Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams was just, that's going to happen. We're not stopping that. Same thing, what they're going to do. They're going to give Tyreek Hill just free reign. The difference is the Chiefs will be able to keep chains moving with Kelsey.
That's true.
That's the difference. Getting the Packers off the field was easier because Jimmy Graham is not the Jimmy Graham from New Orleans. That Jimmy Graham is long gone.
Yeah, no. He's serviceable. He's not the same guy though.
Travis Kelce is the problem child. He might get 2 touchdowns on Sunday.
Yeah. I mean, I like McCole Hardman as somebody that you should watch out for.
Yeah, Sammy Watkins.
Yes, sir.
Sammy, it's just they have a lot to account for. I don't know if Robert Saleh is up to the job enough to actually get the get the W pulled out.
I respect the 49ers defense and their defensive scheme, and I think Richard Sherman has shown how much his presence can mean to a defense because he did, but he
a couple times.
Listen,
I agree. But
Sherman,
I was just thinking about the play.
It was more than one play where he got torched.
Oh, yeah, it was more.
But the problem is you can't make a mistake with him either. You make a mistake with him, and you throw a pass that's inaccurate and it's floating in the air. I mean, he got the size. He's going up, and he got the hands. That's the thing. Having a former wide receiver playing quarterback, man, he got great ball placement. And if you slip up, he picking you off.
Right.
And Patrick Mahomes isn't a stranger to throwing an interception or two. Like, even on games where he's throwing for 4 or 5 touchdowns, he must have 2 interceptions. Right. I definitely know that we should be in for a great game. That's the one thing I think we all want to get.
It's gonna be super fun.
Yeah.
You off?
No, I'm working. Right. It's gonna be, but it's it's okay. It's okay.
All right.
That means I got a big screen in Washington and with people, and I can have a drink or two.
See what I want. That's I'm excited because it is gonna be a good game. It's gonna be, if it's not high, the ball's gonna move at least.
It's got to be high scoring.
You get into the 30s.
It's got to be high scoring. I don't see how. I just don't see it being a low scoring game. I don't think
it's not gonna be low scoring. I'm just saying it may not be the 45, the 51.
Well, I just think it's gonna definitely be. Somebody's gonna be in the mid 20s and somebody's gonna be in the 30s.
Yeah, absolutely.
And that's just how it is. I think the 49ers, in order for the 49ers to win this game, the defense is going to have to score a touchdown. The defense is going to have to, if the 49ers are to win, the defense is going to have to score a touchdown.
I agree.
The Chiefs don't need the defense to score a touchdown.
No.
But the thing about it is,
they just need the whole serve.
They got a defense that can.
Yeah, that's true too. Can they stop Mostert in that running attack?
Yeah, I think so.
It's Derrick Henry.
So I mean, Derrick Henry ran over them though. I mean, it's not like they stopped.
No, I'm saying they went up against Derrick Henry. So it's like bring everything you got.
I mean, it's not that. It's not like
he's not running over them.
I think Kyle Shanahan get guys open too though. It's not.
Oh yeah, he will. It's gonna be a good game, and I think because of the Falcons dropping the ball and wasting that great play calling game by Kyle Shanahan when Atlanta lost to the Patriots.
Mm-hmm.
I think he got like as the head coach when it's like the buck stops with him. I think he'll have a whole lot to prove going into this game.
That's what's up. Yeah, no, I'm looking forward to. I mean, we're definitely going to cover it when it's all said and done.
So, what up? If you listen to this, then you're already on your way to starting your own podcast for free. Anchor.fm makes podcasting as easy as rolling out of your bed. Build your own brand, develop your own content, take over the world at no cost to you. Your podcast will be streamed through Anchor, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, and if you're on your laptop, iTunes. If you haven't already made the move, download Anchor app now on Google Play, the Apple Store, or online at www.anchor.fm for free. Did I mention it's for free? It's your boy T. You're on the ride up. And it's funny because you dog Andy Reid, right? And you do. And he went to the Super Bowl against the Patriots.
Yes.
Where Terrell Owens went off, right? What's your take on the Donovan McNabb versus Terrell Owens?
I was gonna say
the Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens.
Did you see that, bro?
Yeah. So,
what you thought? What you thought, bro?
Oh man.
Whose side are you on?
Okay, I'm on T.O. side, and the reason why, because I remember he was on skipping Shanahan's podcast, right?
Skipping Shannon.
Yep, skipping Shannon, and he brought up a situation between him and Donovan McNabb, and he was coming back to the huddle, and T.O. was trying to tell him that he was open, and Donovan McNabb said, "Shut the F up." He told him, "Shut the F up," in front of all the players in the middle of the huddle. So naturally, as a man, you're not gonna let nobody tell you, to shut the F up. You're gonna snap back. And I think that's where the whole feud is pretty much started at, And it's a lot of people will probably disagree, and they'll probably take Donovan McNabb's side just because T.O.'s rap sheet, but I think that's what started the whole thing, and for this to really open up, it's a little childish.
I mean, I'm also on T.O. side, which I think might be a surprise to some people, but I just think because I think Donovan McNabb's fake. I don't believe Donovan McNabb or his perspective. I'm not with it. Was T.O. self-centered? Yeah. But I just think Donovan is trying to, beautify his legacy a little bit and, throw T.O. under the bus. And it just looks bad for Donovan McNabb, but because he was the company man that whole time. And now he's like trying to, boost up his own career. And that just looks bad to me.
So to be clear, let me go ahead and before I even get into it. T.O. all the way. T.O. all the way. Number 2 wide receiver of all time. T.O. all the way. Yes, number 2, not Randy Moss.
Okay.
T.O.
Okay, we're gonna say that for another day.
So here's the thing. We can get into that today, but right now I'm gonna talk about why it's T.O. over McNabb.
Okay.
And I think Brian sort of hit on what I was gonna go on. Donovan McNabb is fake. Not only is he fake, he was jealous of Terrell Owens. He was jealous of him. I mean, let's see. Before T.O. got there, Donovan McNabb, what type of success did you really have? You had some regular season success.
Did they get to an NFC?
You lost a lot of bad playoff games before Terrell Owens got there. Terrell gets there, and y'all lighten up the league. He gets hurt, and y'all struggled.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all went into the playoffs without him. And all you got to hear about was T.O. Meanwhile, Mr. Company Man Don McNabb been there the whole time. He the one still slinging the ball around, right? So when T.O. finally, when T.O. gets back and he comes into the Super Bowl, you probably thinking you can do this on your own, and he's not gonna be there. Wrong. You can talk about how you can front and name these guys and da da da. Oh, we had him, and we got T.O. and we got. Bruh, stop it. You like your energy not matching your words. Mm-hmm. So when you have it, when you gotta like, why does it matter? When does it become a thing where somebody else is commenting on somebody else's holdouts or whatever they doing? When did that become a thing? And then you a sucker like this. That's number one. Like in the hood, you would get no respect. You were a sucker because you mentioned Brian Dawkins was my roommate, and he was like, bruh, Brian Dawkins, like what you said Brian Dawkins said was the reaction that anybody would say. But the way you framed it, it was like he was on your side, like, oh, what is this dude out there doing? No, all he said was, what did he do this time? Because T.O. is an antic type of guy. Right. He's an antic guy. No. Doesn't mean it, but the way he spit it, he made it like B Dawk was on his side, and he may be, but B Dawk ain't came out and said that, right? You know what I'm saying? Because B Dawk worried about his side of the field, right? His bread. You know what I'm saying?
When he got this coming up.
So for you to act like, oh, it's da da da, and I'm with, bruh, I don't want you to have to come out and publicly endorse T.O. That's not your job. No. But on the flip side, don't come and do it for anybody.
Yeah, all you need to do is say, T.O.'s an extremely valuable talent. Hope they can get something worked out. But business is business. That's all you have to say. And keep it moving.
Because this is the funny part about it, right? It's funny how you can go out your way to not endorse T.O., but then endorse Westbrook. But if you were holding out, or if a player has a pending contract coming up, and a reporter asks them about their own contract, they don't have nothing to say. Right. Right? Mm-hmm. So for you to come out and say something about somebody else's, then of course it's obvious, bruh. Right. No, because Brian is soft-spoken. He's a nice, people like Brian. Yeah. And T.O. is he can rub you wrong, I guess. I don't know. I don't know if me and T.O. knew each other and we hung out, we'd probably get into a lot of debates. But the people who I get into debates with, I respect them. I love talking to them. Right. I don't want to talk to somebody who's going to be like, well, you know what I'm saying? Nah, bro. We can't have no conversations if you can't keep it 100.
All right. Nah, man. I just think like McNabb was trying so hard to be the face of Philly and the face of the Eagles.
He wasn't even the face of Campbell's soup.
And his
mother was.
It turned Philly against him, and rightfully so. I know, just I get the struggle that it is to be a black quarterback. You know what I mean, and try to win over these racist white people and all this other stuff. But at the same time, you gotta be who you are. Like I think Russell Wilson wins because he is who he is. He may be a little corny, but he is who he is. You know what I mean? McNabb was trying to be that corny guy, and that's not who he is behind that.
McNabb, you should have never got cornrows. McNabb, you shouldn't have been eating all those burgers. Boy, you blew up. Hey, meanwhile, T.O. outside hitting crunches and stuff. Maybe instead of judging him, you should have went out there and worked out with him. Fat boy. Right. Boy, you was like a donut from being goddamn Marcus Russell, wasn't he? And then he came, and then you know what I'm saying? Because he knew he was fragile, he started wearing a flak jacket on top of that. Yeah, goddamn boy. And you know what? It pisses me off because I used to be a Donovan McNabb fan. Yeah. I love watching him when he played with Syracuse. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I liked him when he was Syracuse.
He had to go all the way back there
because I watched college ball. I liked him. I wanted him there for the Redskins.
He was great in Syracuse.
And so when Philly booed that he got drafted, I was like, y'all tripping.
Crazy. Yeah, that was crazy.
Y'all tripping.
That was crazy.
He gonna be a dog for y'all, right. And he was.
Yeah, he was.
Right.
And then he stopped wanting to run, and then that kind of like
no, he didn't want to. You know why? Because he was making donut runs. He stopped running because he was gaining weight and turning fat. The metabolism drops, and he's not burning all those calories by playing the game. He's not hitting the weight room. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He being chatty patty in his locker room with Brian Dawkins rather than doing what he's supposed to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He blaming T.O. Yeah. So what happened when T.O. left? It was still his fault? or you're not going to blame it on Greg Lewis who couldn't catch a ball? You know what I'm saying?
Freddie Mitchell.
Freddie Mitchell.
Oh, my God.
Who had it? Oh, my goodness. Boy, like, cut it out. It's T.O.'s fault. He doing sit-ups outside. Get your pop. Boy, you sound like a straight bitch right now, bro. Flat out.
Hey, yeah. Exactly.
And you know, and I will say this part. If he had never come to the Redskins and stunk it up as a Redskin, I probably wouldn't be as much on this case, but he did. And ground ball Donnie pisses me off. Yeah. And you know what's funny? That the interview that he said is about T.O. wasn't on it wasn't on NFL Network. No. It wasn't on ESPN. Why? Because he got fired. Because he a creep on top of all that. Donovan McNabb, you are dismissed. You, your cornrows, your square head, and your funny mustache. We all done with you, bruh.
Hey, look, bro. What is T.O. versus D. McNabb the pinnacle of
SpongeBob looking?
Is that the pinnacle of teammates being enemies after the fact? He was
there was enemies on the team. That's why T.O. ended up going to Dallas. And he professed his love for Tony Romo. That's right.
Boy. T.O., bro.
Boy.
I don't know. Okay, so hold on. Wait. You said something. You said something we got to touch on a little bit. Maybe what? we can pause. So who's the number one wide receiver
for
on your list?
Jerry.
Okay,
it's Jerry Rice.
Yeah. Okay. I thought
I'm about to give you my. So real quick, since we here, Jerry.
No, we can
walk with me while I talk.
Okay.
My list.
Yeah, just the top three.
I got to give you 5 in order to do that.
Go ahead. Go on.
Jerry Rice, Terrell Owen.
Okay.
Michael Irvin, Marvin Harrison, Randy Moss. That's why I had to give you 5. You know why? Because I know when I put Randy Moss behind Marvin Harrison,
all types of hate for that.
That's cool.
Wow.
That's cool.
You might get this podcast banned.
Listen
in Minnesota.
Wow. That's you know what? If you don't want to look at numbers and look at production, that's fine. One of them got a ring.
Okay, I don't know who my top 5 wide receivers is. Of course, you know those. I don't know if I have Irvin in there because
he's a Cowboy.
Cowboy, yeah. And maybe that's wrong with me, but that's interesting. No, but my Jerry Rice is my favorite wide receiver. So then Sterling Sharp. So those are my 2.
The only reason Sterling is not on my 5 is because the length of career. Okay. And the only okay. So let me say this. Do I think Randy Moss on his game is better than Marvin Harrison and Michael Irvin? Yes, but he didn't go at it 100% all the time. And if he didn't, it was obvious.
Yeah.
Marvin didn't take off plays.
No.
I mean, Marvin was like the first receiver, like getting 100+ catches a season.
Yeah, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Like Marvin Harrison right now might get 200 catches.
Yeah.
Because he was so good in and out his breaks.
He was that good. Yeah. It's absolutely.
Like Randy Moss could never run a route like Marvin Harrison.
I don't think anybody can disrespect you for having Marvin Harrison in your top 5.
He also played for Syracuse,
and he also shot somebody. So
whoa.
allegedly.
Whoa.
Allegedly.
Whoa.
Allegedly.
Whoa. We would not be that type of podcast, sir. Whoa.
I mean, you gotta take that into account.
Whoa, what? Well,
you better put him on the list, so he might come through.
You gonna pull up?
What's good with you, bro? You don't got me on my top 5, homie. You better walk across the street. Slim. Come on, son.
Mama gonna pull up on it, bro.
Hey, look, you in my top 5, Marvin. Yeah, you in the top 5, fam. Ain't no way.
Oh my God. Oh my goodness.
Like I said, I don't have that thought formulated like who's my top 5 receivers. But yeah, that Randy Moss, that's a take.
All right, Randy Moss is my number 3.
He's my
number 3.
No, you don't have to
he's my number 3. If I think about it, Randy won his game, but I would take Randy on his game over a lot over those guys. So I'm a
Randy Moss is number 2. Number 2.
Wait, you got Jerry at number 3?
No, I got Jerry at 1, Randy at 2, Terrell Owens at 3.
Oh, I thought you had your boy.
Why Roddy White not in that list?
Yeah, Roddy White.
Yeah, okay, Roddy White slept that leather wig off your head, boy. Stop playing.
Nah. He couldn't catch me if he tried.
You know what I mean?
That is an all-time great, man.
Michael Vick, he won't catch it.
But that brings me to Roddy White. God damn it. That brings me to your why you had T.O. at 2 is early on he couldn't really his hands were suspect.
Okay.
And I that's why I wouldn't probably have him at 2.
Okay.
He would be in my top 5, but I don't know if I can put him like I remember those years, like when he was crossing over with Jerry Rice and him. And he dropped a lot of balls. Pause. Yeah, okay. We just wild right now. We can keep it going. Who else? We going to talk about? We're going to talk about Ray Allen.
I mean,
we don't have to.
We don't really have to talk about it. It's just my whole thing was just like,
versus turn.
Yeah, because you have it where you got a guy like Kobe and Shaq who were seemingly nemesis.
Mm-hmm. Well, they didn't like each other for a long time.
Long time, right?
Which is
for them to, I'm saying, reconcile their differences and recognize it was just two competitors, right? Fighting for the same spot.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas, they made their amends because they didn't know that they didn't have that much time. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like, they didn't know that.
Right.
And they fixed that.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Because I feel like
outside looking in, Ray Allen versus the Boston team is just because he went to Miami, right? So it's like, come on, guys. Like
it's no come on, guys. No.
Why not?
Man, okay. Remember when KD joined the team, right? Called the Warriors. That was the same team that knocked him out, had a good record, so on and so forth. And then the next year, he ended up joining forces with the Warriors. It was a bad look. And that's the way I take it as. This is the team that knocked you out of the playoffs in the conference round. To continue on to the finals. You were one game away, and that's the team that you decided to go to. And remind you, he took a pay cut and a lesser role joining Miami Heat. I have no respect for that. None.
But rivals? It wasn't like it was a rivalry.
It was a rivalry. It was. LeBron.
Was it really?
Yes. LeBron and the Boston Celtics, yes.
Okay,
yes.
So that rivalry was because the Celtics would talk smack like they don't have 3 future Hall of Famers on their team going up against one. They would talk smack and they no. Let's keep it 100. they were arrogant as hell. They would talk like they don't have Paul Pierce, KG, and Ray Allen on their squad going up against just LeBron. And not only did they do it to LeBron, they did it to D Wade. They did it to Chris Bosh. That's why they was like, yo, these dudes talk too much smack, knowing damn well it's because they loaded. Let's give them a taste of their own medicine.
That's true.
So they started the rivalry.
So we ran LeBron out of Cleveland. That's what you're telling me.
No, you didn't run him out of Cleveland because you made him go for a better team. Because I mean, I guarantee you, I mean, the only reason why he went to Miami is because would you rather live in Miami or Cleveland? and Cleveland didn't have the infrastructure to make that type of deal happen. So them going to Miami is just a byproduct of how good Pat Riley is as an executive. You know, so because if Pat Riley were running the Cavaliers, then D Wade and Chris Bosh would have probably been in Cleveland. So it's not about him running to Miami. It was, yo, we need to put together a better team. We don't have the salary cap nor the cachet or the really ability to make the deals happen, right? Because I mean, like I said before, I mean the Celtics have, you know what I'm saying, connections with former Celtics in other places. That's how you get a KG from Minnesota to Boston. He could have went to other places. They could have traded that dude to other places, even other contenders. It just so happened to be Boston. And I'm not knocking it. I get it. You know what I'm saying? I get it. But at the end of the day, Miami wasn't your problem. Because even with Ray Allen, y'all wasn't going to beat the Lakers.
Come on, man.
Like y'all weren't going to beat a lot of teams.
Respond,
see, it's come on. As an athlete, you're not going to go to the team that knocks you out of the playoffs.
People do it all the time.
No,
sure,
come on.
You playing ball. I can equate it to mostly the mentality to pick up basketball. If you playing ball and you on the sideline waiting for your five, nobody's looking around saying for the dudes missing layups. You know what I'm saying? Overweight, short. You know what I'm saying? And look like they don't do this. You gonna pick the guys. The four you pick gonna be the ones you think gonna give you the best chance to knock off the team that's winning.
See,
that's a fact.
No, come on, man. Like there was two teams that year he should have not gone to. Number one is the Lakers. That is number one rule. Never go to the Lakers and the Miami Heat. That was our rivalry at that point in time.
I think that's silly.
I think that was,
especially for a guy.
That's his job.
Like, it's different if it was Paul Pierce, maybe, but it was Ray Allen who was on two different teams before they brought him over to the Celtics. So even though with all that being said, like KG was on the Celtics for 2 years. Now you got all the Celtic pride. Like nobody, like I don't want to hear about that. It's petty and small. It's petty and small to keep a grudge against somebody because they went to another team.
But the one thing though I will say about Ray Allen going to the Heat is I stated before how much I have a huge problem with veterans taking minimums to be, you know what I'm saying, role players on squads where they could be still starting and all that stuff. I feel like
he was ring chasing.
The NBA needs. I mean, KG ring chased, so I don't want to hear about it. Paul Pierce ring chased.
He did too.
So nobody's perfect. So should you hate Paul Pierce because he did it?
I'm not. That's not the reason why I hate Ray Allen. He was ring. No, come on, man. It was just that particular team. Like, let's say, what was another hot team at that point in time? Let's just say Indiana Pacers, because that's when they were going back and forth.
Y'all would have hated him then too. Y'all would have hated him just because
we would not have. It was the fact that he went to the Miami Heat. That's it.
Because it's LeBron. Because y'all scared of LeBron. It's like, man, you just gave him the one thing he needs, a shooter. Man, you always knew the one thing holding LeBron back is when he go to kick that ball out, somebody on the wing not knocking down shots. And now he got one of the best ever that he can kick the ball to to knock down shots.
Oh, I'm not even going to disagree with it. Yes, that's one of the reasons.
So don't hate Ray Allen. Hate LeBron.
Why would I hate? Man, look, I'm not even a LeBron fan. So
because if
that's
LeBron
out the window.
Went there.
Huh?
This is funny.
But my whole point in it, real, it's like y'all won together. Y'all had success together. Don't focus on the other stuff because all of y'all end up playing on different teams. Right. Everybody on that Celtics team played for another team after that run, right?
But T,
right?
this okay.
Man, that's another thing.
Come on, no.
Rondo even plays for the Lakers in his second year. He didn't get traded. He signed.
You're talking about people that has been traded.
No. Rondo signed with the Lakers.
Bro. Yes, I don't like that move because obviously it's the Lakers. But
Avery Bradley plays for the Lakers.
Avery Bradley is not a part of that team, bro. He is not a part of that.
Celtic, and you hate LeBron, right?
Come on, man. We're talking about the superstars. We're talking about superstars, at the very least, all-stars.
Then I guess okay. So then Rondo don't count then because he was never a superstar.
I said or all-stars. That's what I said.
Okay.
I just think it's petty.
Of course, it's petty. And my whole thing,
it's not petty.
My whole thing for bringing it up, real, it's like, listen, even if you say it's petty or whatnot, one of them might be gone tomorrow, and you broke bread with these people, and you won a championship with these people. Get over it. Get over it.
Right.
So let me ask you this.
I'm mad that you did that. You know what I'm saying? It's always going to rub me the wrong way, but you know what? This is bigger than basketball. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'm not saying you can't make him your rival and want to beat him at every turn. Y'all go to the pool hall, you want to win and all that stuff. But as far as like holding I don't rock with him grudge, like what you 10 toes deep like that? No. So get over yourself.
So let's go back over to the NFL for a second. Let's say Clinton Portis, right, in his prime, well-known Redskin. Let's say he went over to Dallas.
He didn't. So don't give me a hypothetical about who might win and what.
Plus
no, because if Clinton Portis has gone over to the Dallas Cowboys the next season after going free agency, y'all would not give him the same respect. Y'all would not.
Alfred Morris went to Dallas.
Huh?
Alfred Morris went to Dallas after he had his run.
Oh, Jesus. We're talking about Alfred Morris. Oh, my goodness.
We're talking about a star Redskins player who went and played for the rival team.
He has no legacy with the Redskins. Not on the level. Not on the level as
not a Redskins fan say that Alfred Morris doesn't have a legacy with the Redskins.
Listen to what I'm saying. Not on the level as Ray Allen and the Boston Celtics.
How long was Ray Allen a Celtic?
He has a ring with the Boston Celtics.
How long was he a Celtic?
It doesn't matter. He has that ring. That weighs a lot.
No, it doesn't.
It does.
No, it
definitely does.
Listen, I'm not saying. Oh, listen, real. Let me be clear. I'm not saying don't be in your feelings when it happened. How long ago was that? 10 years?
It's been a minute, bro.
These dudes acting like he a pariah. Cut it out. All y'all rich millionaires sitting on retirement money.
Oh, okay.
Cut it out.
Right. What?
That's what I'm saying.
The beef with Jalen Rose and C Webb.
That's different though. The beef with Jalen Rose and C Webb is real life outside of basketball.
Right.
So it's a little different. But even in that situation, you both went through that situation. Y'all both, you know what I'm saying, came through on your feet.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
There can, like,
it seemed like
you can't tell me there's no place to reconcile.
Yeah, I mean, and one of their former teammates is coaching there now, and it feels like C Webb is just being real bitter.
He a hoe. C Webb a hoe about it.
He be real girly about it. I don't say girly.
He a hoe about it. But for the record, I think because Jalen Rose is more popular because he's giving hot takes or whatnot and insight on basketball, and he has a bigger platform right now. I think people are like side with him, but Jalen Rose has pettiness in him too. He can. You know what I'm saying?
Because he can talk better than Chris Webber.
Yes.
That it kind of
he dances around it for real.
Yeah, I think he can talk. He can talk it and eloquate it better than Chris Webber does. And Chris Webber, for the record, has not really even spoke on it. So it's kind of like.
So he probably knows something we know. Like, bro, I think it's all cap with you.
Right. So it's kind of like it comes off like Jalen Rose is he's not the aggressor in it. So
right.
He's made himself look like the good guy. And Chris Webber hasn't said anything other than make these passive aggressive moments like don't go to the Wolverines
right
game for the celebration or whatever. So it's kind of like
are you familiar with the Chris Webber and Jalen Rose beef?
I heard about it.
So basically, the coach that got him there was paying players to come play for him. He was taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
Like, but it wasn't like, I mean, maybe he was putting money, but he was basically taking care of his kids. That's what he was doing. And when push came to shove, when it came out and it went to court, you know what I'm saying? C. Webb was willing to say, nah, I don't know nothing about what you're talking about. Jalen Rose, on the other hand, I'm saying, blew the whistle. But in defense of Jalen, and Chris Webber was like, nah, I don't like you. That's our man. He took care of us, bro. Like, how would you do that to somebody who looked out for us when we ain't had nothing? And that's the beef. Whereas Jalen Rose, in defense of Jalen Rose, it's like, listen, I don't want to rat on him, but at the same time, I also don't think what he did should be looked at as criminal.
Right.
And Jalen Rose's effort, at least from my take, was trying to shed a different type of light on the situation. Was like, listen, you're trying to vilify a guy for taking care of some kids who needed help.
Right.
And that's what Jalen Rose stands. But I side with Chris Webber.
Done that on the
right. I side with Chris Webber in the sense of, nah, bro, you just
not right there. That's not the moment.
Nah, deny it.
Right.
Like, let the proof tell what happened.
Right. But
you ain't got to say nothing.
Right.
That's hood rules.
Yeah.
Right? You from the hood, right, Jalen? That's what you know what I'm saying? You could have. I mean, how long did it take for you to get over your beef with Duke? You know what I'm saying? Judging them for being, you know what I'm saying, who they are. You know what I'm saying? Middle class kids or whatnot.
Right.
So if you could have done that, you could have rolled out, bro.
Yeah, it's strange how and Jalen Rose has said this a million times, how Chris Webber was trying to be more emulating him because he was, somebody he looked up to as far as being from that side of that town, and Chris Webber being from the other side, maybe a little bit more middle class in that. And you come into the court and you give it up for something like that. And I see both sides of that.
I definitely see both sides, but I'm saying, like, at the end of the day, both of y'all came out on your feet. You didn't, like, there was no real skin off your back, other than y'all having to, vacate your history. But you don't vacate your history really, because you can say, oh, the Fab Five never existed. Who you talking to?
Yeah, we watch those games.
Who you talking to? So you mean to tell me rocking the baldies with the long shorts, with the black socks, with the black shoes don't exist no more?
That's ridiculous.
Come on, I'm an 80s baby. Yeah. Wolverines,
them and the UNLV was like what it was.
To be honest with you, no disrespect to Duke and North Carolina, but you win the national championship don't mean nothing.
Right.
And other than to Duke fans and North Carolina fans. But the people who don't root for you, like, Fab Five was our champions because we championed them before they even got on the court.
Right. They legends was like beyond basketball.
Because it felt like they did it for us.
Right. Like between them in the 90s, I'm gonna just say between them, Arkansas,
Rebels too.
Yeah, Arkansas and the run, UNLV. And I'm sure they was getting paid. Like I know that's why they got shut down. But yeah, man, they was just they was the hood legend. They was the, you know what I mean, the communities, the cultures, heroes, and that's always gonna be what it is. So no,
Shout out to the Fab Five.
yeah,
And
shout out to them.
like Jalen, C-Web, man, both. I don't have either one of y'all ahead of the other. I love both of y'all the same. C-Web got a, you know what I'm saying, I got a love for C-Web because that boy put on that red and blue jersey for me.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Like when like I've always, like, it's funny because people may think I'm capping because of their success now when I speak about the Warriors. But I've been a fan of the Warriors for a very long time because when C-Web was there, when Joe Smith got drafted by him and he was a Maryland Terrapin, and I drafted we got a number one overall pick.
That was crazy.
And he went to the Warriors.
Yeah.
And then, you know, everybody know my love for Latrell Sprewell. I keep my, you know what I'm saying, my number 15 jersey on deck. The landlord, baby. You know what I'm saying? Chris Mullin, one of my favorite shooters of all time. Back in the day when we used to play Live 95, I was rocking with the Warriors because I would light you up. Because I had Tim Bug, I had Chris Mullin, I had Latrell Sprewell, and even before that when they had Run TMC. So I'd always been a Warriors fan, like a fan of them. I won't call them my team like the Wizards are, but I was definitely, you know what I'm saying, I had my eye on the Warriors, right? Mm. So I'm not going to pretend like I'm a bandwagon fan now, but those Chef Curry, you know what I'm saying, cooking up these boys is something else. So Chris Webber, I always have an affinity for him.
It's crazy how much talent the Warriors had over the years.
Yeah, they just always had it. They just had, I mean,
Gilbert, like even
Gilbert, Monte Ellis,
yeah.
Steven Jackson,
yeah.
My boy Richardson.
Yeah.
He was an animal.
It's crazy. That's crazy.
I mean, even Andres Beedrus was a dog. Andrew Bogut was a dog.
Yeah. So I think
David Lee was supposed to be a dog.
He was supposed to be. He's the
Iggy.
Yeah, I mean,
Baron Davis. Oh, Baron Davis was on the. He led one of the first number 8 seed. To knock off a number 1.
No, first.
No.
That was
okay.
Sonics.
Oh, that was in a 7-game series.
Okay. That was 5.
Excuse me.
Okay, you got it. Yep. Yeah, nah, man. That's a reminiscent for you.
So I always had love for C-Web, and seeing him get traded was like one of my worst days ever. For a washed up Mitch Richmond, that was one of my worst days ever. But you know what I'm saying, so I got and the thing about it is when they were playing, I hated Jalen Rose because he played for the Pacers when they was going up against the Bulls.
So
he played, and then you know what I'm saying, when he slid his foot under Kobe, I wasn't rocking with Jalen when he was balling.
Is C-Web's beef is just with Jalen, or is it with the rest of the 4?
Just Jalen.
Okay, so
but I think it's more of a guilty by association when they're together.
Yeah.
So if
if Jalen don't want to show up with them,
if Jalen's in the mix with the rest of them,
right.
C-Web will separate himself.
Man, y'all gotta fix that, man. Fix that. Because imagine C-Web on the court. You bring recruits in. Jawan can bring in Chris, Chris Webber and Jalen Rose, and just be like, yeah, look, this could be more adding on to this legend. But he's doing all right by himself. But at the same time, man, you can do some real damage if y'all, formed up like Voltron once again. But yeah, man, like what is there? There's nothing else we really need to talk about. We can get back.
Real quick before we get off this topic, I can say I can relate. This is why I feel like there's nothing they can get over this stuff. I mean, when my right hand, my little brother, me and Ty were like on opposite ends for a little while when we were roommates and we split. Mm-hmm. Just the way we split. And it wasn't like we were like verbal beefing or saying negative things about each other, but we was just, the way it happened, we were split. Mm-hmm. And I felt empty. Even though the one thing that came out of that was I got to build a stronger relationship with you,
Right.
and he got to, you know, become more on his own and independent as a man. But I felt like I was missing something. Like I was missing a part of my body because we were that close, and like to not be able to, you know what I'm saying, share stuff with him and bounce ideas off of him, you know. And I know he felt the same way. So it's like we both had to individually say, nothing's that big, nothing's that deep, and we just fixed it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even if we had any animosities toward each other, or one way or the other, you know, it didn't matter, because the last thing I would have wanted to happen is for something to happen to him or happen to me, and we not be able to, you know what I'm saying, reconnect. So so I feel that. Like I feel that, yo, T.O. and Donovan, they probably never had that in the first place.
Right.
So they don't have anything to repair. Right. So it makes me question, like, how deep were the Celtics if they can, you know what I'm saying,
awesome.
Be that, you know what I'm saying, that way towards them.
Right.
Whereas C Webb and Jalen go back since teenagers.
Right.
That's they got damn near 30 years of knowing each other. So
yeah, but at the end of the day, man, I just want to shout out the whole Fat Five.
Right.
Chris Webber, Jalen Rose, Juwan Howard, Jimmy King, Ray Jackson. Real good memories of the early 90s, watching college basketball when I really first started. And I was a big Terps fan. You had, you know, Joe Smith and Dwayne Simpkins and Sarunas, Yasser Conferences, Keith Booth a little later, X-Ray Hip, who got to meet in Vegas. Hey, shout out to you, X-Ray Hip. Still one of my favorite, like the Sarunas X-Ray for the alley-oop, and then the full court, like, and then just seeing that, and then that leading me into, you know, the Michigans and hating Duke and, you know, and UNLVs and all that stuff. So, man, shout out to Fat Five, man. It's a big part of our childhood.
I was almost a Duke fan because I like Grant Hill.
We couldn't.
I almost like Duke because I like Grant Hill. And that's like right before I started really watching college basketball and understanding the conference. I knew teams and players.
Right.
Because I always liked Kentucky because of Mashburn and Rex Chapman, who played for the Bullets.
Monster Mash.
But I like Grant Hill. And then once I understood the alignment of the teams, because I used to, before I knew, I used to think North Carolina was a good team because Jordan played for them. And then like I said, when I started to understand the alignment, it's like, okay, y'all rock with y'all, I don't rock with y'all.
Right.
And I start asking people off the list. You, no.
I still rock with Kentucky.
Still gonna rock with Kentucky, yeah, of course. That's my squad. Shout out to John Wall, Boogie Cousins, Devin Booker. I'm not even willing to naming all these Kentucky boys who run the league right now.
Oh boy, you know, let's not talk about getting paid.
Bam, Adebayo.
Oh my God. All right. Let's stop talking about Kentucky.
Carly Stein just got traded.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah, Dallas. He's good though. I'm happy for him to get off that Siberian prison called Sacramento.
Hey, Knox. Washington.
Okay. You got any last words for this episode, Real?
No, it pretty much wraps up everything, man. It's always a blessing to be on the ride up with my fellas.
Yeah, absolutely, man. We always happy to have you, Will. We're gonna have we had Rocka, and we're gonna get some. We're gonna let the people in.
We got the Breeze interview coming soon.
Yeah, we're gonna let people in on who, you know, Breeze is, and really get in depth for you too, and maybe even see who else we can conjure up. But yeah, man. But I'm stuttering and saying but yes and means and
what you got?
Just looking forward to the big game.
Yeah.
And where I'm gonna watch it at and whatever. You know, big things. Happy birthday to my niece. And happy birthday to my fiance. And yeah, man, we're just celebrating life. We're gonna keep doing that.
So going out, I want to say definitely shout out to Bird's Eye View. She definitely reps for us, so that's dope. I'm trying to put y'all onto something real quick. So I'm pretty sure at this point people are watching All the Smoke podcast, right?
Mm-hmm.
Their interview with Kobe was really good. All the Smoke, I like their energy.
I haven't watched the whole.
I like their energy.
I like both of them.
Their dynamic is really good.
Yeah.
The Drink Champs interview with Irv Gotti and the one with Memphis Bleak. Like, if you are a hip hop fan, like you know what I'm saying, golden era hip hop fan, you know what I'm saying, when everything moved through New York. Yo, you need to watch the Memphis Bleak one. Yo, Memphis Bleak, if hip hop had a body, it would be Memphis Bleak. Which, you know, I know he may not be the most respected rapper, but like, this dude is he's so hip hop, it's ridiculous. Yeah. It's ridiculous how he's like genuinely himself.
Yeah, as a man, Memphis Bleak is dope. I don't know. I was never the biggest fan of his music, but when I get to listen to, he's been on Drink Champs a couple of times, so it's kind of like,
we'll definitely catch the last one.
Yeah, all right,
definitely catch the last one.
Yeah, so
Irv Gotti is on it. Bad Boys 3 was a great movie.
Okay, I didn't get to see it. I know you.
I don't have that much upcoming movies that I definitely know, like, that's within the next couple weeks.
There's something coming out in March, but I can't remember. You shouted out Just Mercy. I've heard a lot of good things even since then, since we put that up.
Man, it's an eye opener. Man, people need to watch this. Eye opener.
I know the author. Not know him, but I've heard of the author, the person that they based the movie off of. So I do want to get to catch that.
Starring Michael B. Jordan. The movie starring Michael B. Jordan. I know Jamie Foxx name rings the loudest, but it's starring Michael B.
That's what's up. And
you know what I'm saying? Jamie is a co-star like Brie Larson is.
Shout out to Michael B. Jordan, grown as actor too. Yeah, man, we definitely get into like TV movie. We're gonna have a like topic. After we're gonna go through the Super Bowl, and then we're gonna have something to, like, you know, really dig our teeth into to bless y'all with episode 17.